Hello, my name is Al Freeman, Director of Schools for the Missouri District LCMS, and I'm here today with Bill Cochran, former Director of Lutheran Schools for our National Lutheran Schools, a former District Ed Exec and Principal at several schools, and a resource for us here in the Missouri District. We often call on Bill for many different things, NLSA items, board training items, multiple items, I would say. Bill is a great go-to for us and someone with immense knowledge and wisdom on several different areas, especially board training. And today, that is something that Bill will lead us through, some board training items and discussions, effective Lutheran school boards, what they look like, what some resources are out there, and as you can see from the slide here, board leadership, something that Bill has referenced here, HP10, that you will see. So we give thanks for Bill and his willingness and expertise to help our Lutheran schools in so many different ways today with board training. Bill, all yours.
Okay, as we begin this, we want to take a look at some characteristics of high-performance board leadership. So, one is to hire the appropriate chief executive or principal. You have a passion for the vision of the school and the congregation. Policy formation and review is of utmost importance. Positioning in the marketplace. How you're gonna relate to the people you want to serve. Planning, strategic long-range planning is very important. Public relations is almost a must these days. Philanthropy is in the whole giving and gifts and all that resource area. Preparation, performance reviews, and partner in the gospel. So as we look at these, hire and work with the appropriate chief executive. That's the board's most important role. The CEO or the principal operates the organization, implements plans, and reports to the board. And the principal really is your only employee. Represents the board in day-to-day operations, and the relationship with the board is key to success. So having a passion for the vision, someday I see a Model T in every driveway, a black child and a white child on a teeter-totter. Vision provides the direction. Vision is the fuel the organization runs on, fire that ignites action, and energy that sustains. Policy formation and review, setting in place how the organization will operate. Making sure the organization fulfills its mission, reflects on the organization's values, and a plan of action. I'm going to go through policy a little bit later in the presentation as well. So positioning in the marketplace. Define what sets the organization apart. I was asked one time when I was trying to help a school be what they could be, a person told me, you need to know what your niche is. So in other words, we might want to be the best band program in the world, or the best art program, or the best football team, or whatever, but it defines what sets your organization apart. Determine the ideal position of the organization. That's based on the mission and vision, based on the external environment, based on the desired market, and determine services that need to be supported or redefined to reach envisioned position. And then strategic and long-range planning is the key role for both the principal and the board. The board assists and advises the principal and other managers as they develop plans to operate the organization and fulfill the mission as set by the board. It focuses on the future, and the board should require plans as to how they're going to carry this out. Public relations, a PR plan developed by the principal and management. The board should process and understand the PR plan. They should be unified in the message that it's making. The board represents the organization according to the PR plan. And feedback is critical. You need to listen. Philanthropy, board gives at the appropriate level for them. And this is kind of an important new thought for boards, is that in raising money, the board needs to also be supportive of the school. 100% commitment critical for other donors. The board generates philanthropy, asks, introduce, participate, cultivate, connects to the community in speaking and the major gifts. Upfront about philanthropy involvement. So if you're raising money and you're for a building program, let's say, it's important to say when you're promoting that all our board members have given to the strategic or to the building plan or something like that, whatever you're doing. So you need to attend official events. You need to experience the organization firsthand. You need to spend significant time reading reports, articles, and materials. Now, experiencing firsthand does not mean you need to be in each classroom every day, but it means to experience what's going on at the school. Be on time and stay to the end. Performance reviews, evaluate the CEO. This is your worker. The only worker you have is the principal, and you need to have a job description for the principal, and you evaluate the principal based on that job description. Should be quantitative, qualitative, and the board should also do a self-evaluation of itself. How are we doing with whatever we're doing? And then regular board training and growth. And I'm a firm believer in that there needs to be board training every time you have new board members, but also there needs to be a regular board training maybe in August of the year before the school starts. Regularly check the organization's vital signs and annual review the CEO board partnership. Partner in the gospel, ambassadors for Christ, quest for excellence, the church at work, reaching the lost, nurturing the saved, in the word, supportive relationship with the staff, and keeping the main thing, the main thing. Prayer, bathe the process in prayer, hold up the CEO and the teachers, the principal and the teachers to the Lord, the foundation for leadership, and that's the HP 10. Now, school board policy manual, which is important, and that involves policies and procedures. The need. All schools need a policy manual. Lutheran schools need policies that are consistent with Scripture and the teachings of the church body. Administrators seek resources for policy and board development. Clear and concise policies lead to a student-centered school, a focus on the educational process, a focus on the school's mission. A good policy development allows an administrator to lead effectively. It also allows the board to govern effectively. Good policy development establishes a clear line of authority. Where do we start? Many schools have a policy manual. Many schools have some policies. All schools should know how to evaluate existing policies. All schools should know how to draft new policies. What is a policy board manual? It's a key tool for the school administrator in the successful operation of the school. A policy manual is a collection of policies that govern and guide the operation of the school. A policy manual outlines procedures necessary to create or revise existing policies. Policy manuals may contain procedures created by the administrator to carry out policy. So, policy or procedure. Manuals must clearly indicate and reflect the difference between policies and procedures. What is the difference? A policy states what should be done or not done. A procedure tells how the policy will be carried out. Other differences: boards adopt policies, administrators design procedures to carry out the policies. Boards govern by policies, administrators manage in accord with policies. Characteristics of policies: they are drafted by the administrator, they are adopted by the board, deals with the future rather than a present crisis, answers the question before it is asked, directs the staff. Characteristics of procedures: tells how policies are carried out, decided by the administrator, reported to the board, communicated to constituents. A sample policy: all accounts are to be current. Accounts that are not current within a specified time limit require student expulsion. Now, the procedure: all family account balances will be reported to parents monthly. Accounts 1 month in arrears will receive a form letter of concern from the school office. The letter will request contact with the principal if unusual financial conditions exist. Accounts 2 months in arrears will receive a telephone call from the school office requesting a meeting with the administrator. During the meeting, a letter will be delivered stating that the account must be paid within 30 days to avoid expulsion. 1 week before expulsion, the principal and a designee shall contact the family to review the consequences and to offer to extend the time limit if there is a documented financial need. A reminder: the policy statement is adopted by the board. Procedures are prepared and implemented by the administrator. Wise administrators review procedures with the board and seek their input while retaining final responsibility for the process. So, in the area of policies, one of the suggestions I would make is that you take a look at your policies, see if they're still relevant to what's happening. Also, think about the worst thing that could happen, and if you have a policy for that. A good resource for policies are other Lutheran schools, or your local public school has every policy that you could ever think of. And then you have to have, in the procedures, you have to have some way out sometimes so that it, in that one on the finances, if there is a documented financial need, the administrator may want to not necessarily expel the student right then, but ultimately there will have to be a way for the parents to pay it. So in the area of policy development, which is your most important area, the board sets the policies, the principal and the faculty sometimes develop the procedures, the principal carries out the procedures. One suggestion I would make on this is that with the policies that you have for parents and students, I would have a statement on my re-registration form or my registration form that has the parents sign that they have read the policies and agree to follow them. I would also, as a principal, meeting with the faculty, I would ask them if they agree to follow the policies that are in the policy manual. That way, if you're ever, somebody ever wants to sue you, the first thing that the court is going to look at is, do you have a policy? And if you do, did you carry out your policy the way it's stated? That's just a heads up, word to the wise as it is. So thank you, and that'll do it.
Great words of wisdom and advice there in terms of being an effective school board and wisdom for our Lutheran schools so that they can continue to grow and serve the congregations and community at large, providing a Lutheran school of excellence for students to attend. We give thanks for Bill and his words of wisdom, his being with us to go through effective school boards. There are other videos as well that Bill has done to provide school board training. Great videos to take a look at any point in time for school boards to learn how to be effective. Also, we do have NLSA videos available, so National Lutheran School Accreditation, something that if you are interested in, take a look at the Missouri District's YouTube channel for that as well. Thank you, Bill. Thank you for all of your work, your dedication and service to Lutheran schools, and your support in so many different ways. Blessings to all of you. Blessings to our Lutheran schools. May you continue to grow and serve our communities and be strong ministries that are so desperately needed. Blessings on all of your work.